face Maul. You'll need these.
I'm Ahsoka? Master Yoda sent me.
You're reckless, little one. You never would have made it as Obi-Wan's Padawan. But you might make it as mine.
So careful. They're good as new. Maybe a little better.
Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another MOC showcase on the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite MOCs to date, the Ahsoka Mosaic by Jonah on Rebrickable. So I will leave a link in the description where you can purchase the instructions and get the parts list and everything for this model. I will just quickly put out there that the instructions were very easy to follow, very similar to the actual Sith art designs, and the building process and everything is just, it's very similar. So if you've built those before, you can expect more or less the same thing with this. But this model, when I first saw it on Rebrickable, it just totally captured my eye. Immediately I knew I had to have it. And you know, I recently got into the Mosaics line, and I wanted to add a third one to my collection to put on my display, and this one was easily the best that I'd seen. So I went ahead and I used the extra parts from the two that I have there, the Vader and the Kylo Ren, and I basically assembled, you know, what parts I could gather from those, and then I bought a third Sith art and used the parts from them in the frame, and bought some of the final extra pieces that weren't in those sets on Bricklink. So the total cost, including the third Mosaic that I bought and the extra parts, was about $150, not counting the other two Mosaics that I purchased. So just the one Mosaic and then the extra parts on Bricklink. I believe there's about 2,500 parts in this build, and it's just a really, really phenomenal picture, I think, of Ahsoka, and it was translated over very nicely from the image that is seen in the thumbnail. I think it looks really, really great. It is obviously based on her Clone Wars appearance in Season 7 in the Siege of Mandalore, and it has her blue lightsabers and all of the different details and highlights on her headpiece, and you know, her facial markings and everything. It looks very, very realistic the further away you get. And one thing that's interesting is because it is animated, I think it actually translates better than some of the others. I will say, however, that I don't think it is like glaringly different from the others to the point where you would like nitpick the difference. I think they look very complementary together, and especially because these are my three favorite characters in all of Star Wars, with the only exception of Anakin Skywalker being kind of combined into Darth Vader. You know, these I think just look great together. So yeah, I mean, there's really not much else to say. The build process, pretty simple. They're just studs. I will say though, the only thing you're gonna have to watch out for is the official model this guy designed has parts that are not available. So he has two different options you can choose from. One of them is with studs, the other one is with round tiles. I personally did the one with studs because it was cheaper and I had most of the parts. I also just thought it looked better, and I wanted it to match my other two Mosaics that use studs. But either or is fine, whichever one you prefer, I think will work out great. So again, huge props to the designer. He did a great job on this, and I'd like to see LEGO do kind of a light side version of these Mosaics. I'm sure they will look into it in the future. But either way, you know, this is still something you can build relatively easily, and it's not too expensive. If you're buying all the parts for yourself brand new, it may cost around $200. You know, sometimes supplying those pieces for a MOC can be a little expensive. But I gotta tell you, the end result is worth it, and I would recommend buying this if I was just objectively looking at it. I think it's a really awesome display piece, especially if you're a huge fan of the Clone Wars and Ahsoka Tano. So that's all I got for you guys today. Again, huge props to the designer. He did a great job on this. That's about all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hope to see you in my next video. Peace.